if no one in arrogance or faithlessness or laziness monkeys with the plan.
Come on now.
And how can you monkey with the plan? Usually it's not having to do with baptism. It has almost everything to do with teaching them to obey everything I've taught you. It's easy to teach them everything that I've taught you, but it's very hard to teach them to obey everything that I've taught you. And, you know, it's interesting. We did a Troas teaching night just a couple weeks ago, and it was on the apostles and their disciples and their disciples. And one of the things that we wanted to kind of test was, let's look at the discipling tree, so to speak, of Jesus to the apostles, see what happened to them. And they go for it, of course, right? I mean, Simon the Zealot goes to Armenia, whips that place into shape. It becomes the first Christian nation. Thomas goes to India. By the way, of course, Simon the Zealot gets crucified. Bartholomew gets skinned alive. He goes to the same place. Yeah. Thomas gets run through with a lance in India. A lot of you have even seen the spot where that's occurred. We know of Andrew preaching the gospel, dying on an X-shaped cross, where he was for 3 days preaching in a portion of Greece is where he died, but made his way up, you know, quite far and north as well in all of his travels. But they went to all nations. They were able to launch all over the place, making it as far as Europe and Britain, Iran, India, Armenia, southern Russia, deep into the east, and even into China with Thaddeus. So that's an amazing thing that they did. They actually listened to the plan and put it into place. And who did they disciple? Well, they discipled people like Polycarp and Ignatius. And how did they do? They did exactly the same thing. They radically took those churches into the tens of thousands and then expanded the gospel even further from there. And then Irenaeus discipled people like Justin Martyr. Right? How did they? Same. As you went from generation to generation, there was no generational drift whatsoever. And it's inspiring. And the idea that even when Hebrews was written in Hebrews 13:7, where I want to say this, of course. The minute that I hear the plan and I hear about what the apostles did and what their disciples did and what their disciples did, this is what I want to say to myself. Yeah, but that was another time. Yeah, but, you know, I don't know. Maybe they saw like more miraculous stuff. Yeah, but maybe they had a more open mission field. Well, they all died. How much more of an open mission field was that? Like all the people that I mentioned died into that third and fourth generation of discipleship. Oh yeah. They all died. Like that was not more open, not by any stretch of the imagination. But they never backed off and never compromised on what it was, knowing that, hey, if they hated Jesus, they're going to hate us also. And by the way, the minute that I want to be able to say, I don't know. I don't know if I can do this. But then Hebrews tells us to remember your leaders and imitate the outcome of their way of life. Yeah. Right? Isn't that Hebrews 13:7, I think, 6. And imitate the outcome of their way of life. And the minute that I want to say, yeah, but, then it's like the writer of Hebrews knows my capacity for self-justification of compromise and slams me down with the next verse. Because that's when I would say, yeah, but that was different. And then the writer of Hebrews says, and by the way, Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. If we believe that, and we really do hold to the Great Commission, then there will never be generational drift. But there is. Which means that we've got to get real, that we've decided to somehow teach them to obey everything.
Yeah. Come on, Ed.
And the minute that we allow any filtering in whatsoever, well, then it has become, in some way, in our name and by our plan, and by our kinder, gentler, more enlightened approach to be able to achieve the very mission of Jesus. But he says, that if you ask anything in my name, John 14, and you will do even greater things than I do. And if you ask anything in my name, I will do it.
Amen.
But we won't do even greater things, and we won't have that power of Christ if we decide to do it in our own name. And if we think that our approach is better.
Wow.
And it's so difficult because you will be accused of being hardline, closed-minded, exclusive, cultish, all of those things if you decide to really hold to Jesus' plan in the zeitgeist of this current age with all of the pressures, the Romans 12:2, don't let this world around you squeeze you into its mold, or be transformed by the renewing of your mind. But all of the pressures of this current age cause us to want to do things in our own name, in our own way.
Wow.
And we won't know what it is to do even greater things. But it can start over with this room.
Amen.
Yeah.
If
amen.
this is just a room where we decide,